This is a week's worth of growing. It's amazing. Here's another one that's really sprouting. Jeffrey's going to tell you a little bit about this diatomaceous earth, and we're just going to start calling it DE because it's so hard to pronounce. But for those of you that are interested, that's what it is. And he has this little machine here, Dustin Miser by Earth Duster, that he's going to apply this product, the DE product, on the cabbage.
When you put it on, with cabbage is fine because you can put it on any time of day. But if you put it on something that has a pollinator, and cabbage doesn't have flowers, so you can put this on any time of the day. But anything that has flowers or blooms, it's probably best to do it in the evening when all the pollinators have went to sleep.
Now, like last year, I used this on the tomatoes, so I had to wait till late in the evening before I used this.
I mean, it works good when the wind's not blowing. So when the wind's not blowing...
Yeah, on a windy day, this is kind of hard to do because it just blows. But just show them how it works before you start using it. And he's just putting that on by hand right there.
What I found, since the wind's blowing so hard, you put it in front of it or behind it, and the wind will blow it on it. But like I said, make sure if you do use it, don't put it on in the morning or late afternoon when the pollinators are still out, because you'll kill them. And like I said, if the wind wasn't blowing, it wouldn't be as bad.
And you can kind of see how it's working against the fabric. You may not think it gets on the plant, because last year I was thinking it wasn't getting on the tomato plant, but it was, because it's so fine.
You can also use it in a pump-up sprayer, which I don't know the ratio right offhand, but you can spray it on as well. But the thing is, when after a rain, you have to come right back out here and spray it again, because the rain will wash it off. But this is what we've been using exclusively, and I've had good results with it. So what I do is, you really want to put it on the plant real good, and you want to kind of try to reach underneath to put it on.
He means the front and the back of the leaves, the underside of the leaves. You want to get it in.
I bought this last year to apply it. Works pretty good, but it's best not to put it on windy days, because windy days, as you can see, it produces a powder that goes everywhere. So if you have any kind of lung issues, it's good to wear maybe a respirator or something, or a dust mask, to kind of keep the breathing down of some of the powder in. Basically what it does, it dehydrates any bug that eats it. So when the bugs eat it, they'll eat it and become dehydrated and die. So you could come out the next morning and find all kind of dead bugs after you applied it the day before.
And this is all natural. This is a really good product to use.
It's basically crustaceans from the sea. How they found out that this worked to kill bugs, I have no idea. But it's a good product, and it's reasonably priced.
Jeffrey's going to finish covering these. These are the ones that we didn't cover with the fabric. I thought about doing it. I'm not sure now. But we're going to do a walkthrough to discuss what we're going to plant in the next couple of weeks and where he wants to plant them. Now last year, this is where we originally had the green beans, and then he planted greens. So tell them what you want to plant here and why.
And this is where we also introduced our page, starting with these green beans. But right here is going to be a row of green beans and our hot peppers, which you can see it hadn't been broken up yet. It still has some of the dead broadleaf greens from last year, which my plan is to get it broken up a little bit today. And as you can see, some of the broadleaf.
Oh yeah, it's coming through.
We're starting to come back.
I'm gonna pick some greens, some of those collards for Daddy. He told me he wanted some more.
But this is where we're gonna have our tomatoes and our pepper plants. once I get it broken up, which I'm planning on doing today.
Now we're going to walk over to the big area over here. As you all know that are following the channel, this first row here are onions, yellow and white. This row here with no cover are the purple cash with the cabbage, and the ones with the cover on them are the green cabbage. This row here is what I planted of the red onions. Did you go ahead and plant another row of?
Yep, the white and yellow.
We decided not to buy any more cabbage, so this row here is onions. So it's going to be onions, cabbage, onions, onions. Jeffrey's going to walk us through what we're going to plant in a couple of weeks and where we're going to plant them. And we're going to pull up this fabric right here as well.
This is going to be cucumbers and green beans. So it's going to be cucumbers, a row of cucumbers, which is plenty, and maybe 2 or 3 rows of green beans right here. Then okra, and then zucchini and squash.
Okay. And like I said, the zucchini, the squash, the cucumbers, we will pull those up and plant greens in that place too. So he thinks about where he's going to plant stuff and how it's going to replenish the soil. And he doesn't like to plant vegetables that take the same nutrients from the soil at the same time when you plant them next to each other.
And I have made mistakes in the past by planting green beans, tomatoes and eggplant. They're both nightshades, but they both attract the same pests. So I'm going to, like I said, our tomatoes are going to be there, and peppers.
Yeah, that far area that we first showed you is where we're going to plant those.
And then somewhere within this area too, I'm going to plant a row of eggplant, maybe 2 eggplant. But we're going to try to plant companion plants. And if anybody knows anything about gardening, which I'm sure you watching this channel, you do, what companion planting is.
Right. It's a beautiful day here in southern Indiana as well. It's a nice day to be out here trying to get last minute things accomplished. And remember, we're not experts. We're just going by experience and what my grandpa taught him and what we learned from watching our uncle and our father. Not everybody does everything the same. So just do a little research and do what you think is best for you and what fits you. There's a few spots here where the greens have come up before Jeffrey tills this area up. I'm gonna pick these greens. There's some I'm gonna get. There's some greens. There's some more. There's some right there turning to seed where you see the yellow flower, but I'm gonna pick those. Take these to Daddy. Picked me a nice little mess of greens before Jeffrey tills them up.
I want to build them up. So
And as he stated, you want to build up the plant.
build up the mounds. So when it's time to harvest, you just pull the straw back, pull the plant up.
And there's your potatoes.
If everything goes correctly. Looks good.
Jeffrey's finishing up for the day. As I stated, he's been tilling areas in sections. Thank you all so much for watching Siblings A&J Gardening. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. You all stay safe and be blessed. And get your gardens planted. Planned and planted.
rear time tiller. You want to clean this off after each use. I've had a lot of grass in it, which I just cleaned off because it gets in here and it burns the gears up. I know because I've done it twice. It's always a good idea. See how clean I got it? Or try to keep it clean. So after each use, take your pocket knife or any kind of knife and cut all the excess grass and stuff out here because it dries and gets in there and burns your gears up.
Freshly tilled, waiting to be tilled.